Full Bible story in my YouTube playlist. In the beginning, there was nothing. No sky, no land, no sea, no light. Only emptiness. But then the voice of God spoke, "Let there be light." And light appeared, shining bright against the darkness. God saw the light, and it was good. He separated the light from the darkness, calling the light day and the darkness night. That was the first day. On the second day, God created the sky, a vast expanse to separate the waters above from the waters below. On the third day, God gathered the waters together so that dry land appeared. He called the dry land earth and the gathered waters seas. Then God spoke again, and the land produced grass, plants, and trees bearing fruit. God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, God created the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night. He also made the stars to shine across the heavens. On the fifth day, God filled the seas with fish and great creatures, and the sky with birds of every kind. He blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." On the sixth day, God created animals of every shape and size, cattle, wild beasts, and creatures that crawl on the ground. And then God made the most special creation of all, man and woman. He formed them in his own image and gave them authority over the earth, the sea, and the sky. He blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and fill the earth." Finally, on the seventh day, God rested from all his work. He blessed the seventh day and made it holy. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. And this is how the story of creation begins, reminding us that everything exists because of the power of God's word. Next part. Adam and Eve in the garden. After God created the heavens and the earth, he planted a beautiful garden in Eden. There he placed the man Adam to care for it. The garden was filled with every kind of tree, pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden stood two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gave Adam a command. "You may eat freely from every tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will surely die." God saw that it was not good for man to be alone, so he caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. From his side, God took a rib and formed a woman, Eve. When Adam saw her, he said with joy, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." Together, Adam and Eve lived in peace and innocence. They walked with God in the cool of the day. They had no shame, no fear, only joy in God's presence. But one day the serpent, the most cunning of all creatures, spoke to Eve. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from the trees, but God said we must not eat from the tree in the middle, or we will die." The serpent whispered, "You will not surely die. When you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful and tempting. She took it, ate it, and gave it to Adam, who also ate. At that moment, their eyes were opened. They realized they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When God came walking in the garden, Adam and Eve hid among the trees. God called out, "Adam, where are you?" Adam replied, "I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat?" Adam blamed Eve. Eve blamed the serpent, so sin entered the world. God declared judgment. The serpent would crawl on its belly. Eve would face pain in childbirth. Adam would toil with sweat to eat from the ground until he returned to dust. Yet God showed mercy. He made garments of skin to clothe Adam and Eve. And though they were banished from Eden, God gave a promise. One day the seed of the woman would crush the serpent's head. The story of Adam and Eve reminds us of humanity's first sin, but also of God's eternal plan of redemption.